Quiet layoffs don't look like layoffs at all. They look like silence. Projects quietly disappear. Responsibilities shrink. Decisions move 3 levels above you. And no one says a word. I'm Maya, and this is Uncommon Sense Lab, where we use workplace psychology to explain what's really happening inside organizations. Today, we're doing a deeper dive into quiet layoffs, why they happen, how to recognize them early, and how to protect your career with clarity instead of panic. Let's get into it. A quiet layoff is when an organization removes the role without removing the person. Yet, it's restructuring without the announcement. It's budget cuts without the meeting. It's a vacancy strategy without the vacancy. And here's what workplace psychology shows. Quiet layoffs follow patterns. Once you know those patterns, they stop feeling mysterious and start feeling diagnosable. Pattern 1. Your scope shrinks. Systematically. Not a slow week. Not end-of-quarter chaos. Not seasonal fluctuation. A consistent, structural removal of responsibilities you used to own. In workplace psychology, this is known as task displacement, work being redistributed because the role is being quietly re-engineered. Scope shrinks first. The title disappears last. Pattern 2. Your work shifts downward. Quiet layoffs often replace high-skill work with lower-cost tasks. Not because you can't do the specialized work, but because the organization no longer wants to pay for someone who does. This signals something important internally. The role is no longer viewed as essential. It's an economic decision, not a performance one. Pattern 3. Your manager becomes vague. When leaders know that a role may be removed, they often become more positive, not less. It's called ambiguity buffering, softening communication to prevent anxiety or premature exits. So when everything sounds fine, but nothing feels aligned, that mismatch is data. Pattern 4. Decisions move above you. Every employee gets bypassed occasionally, but when it becomes the norm, it means the organization no longer sees your role as a decision-making point. Decision rights are rarely reassigned by accident. This is one of the strongest indicators of a quiet layoff. Pattern 5. Your workload drop is disproportionate. Many people confuse this with a breather. In reality, it often means the role is being hollowed out. When an organization stops feeding a role meaningful work, it's because that role is being deprioritized or phased out. Work expands around important roles. Work evaporates around disappearing ones. Pattern 6. Information stops flowing to you. In healthy organizations, information flows toward the roles that matter. During a quiet layoff, it flows around them. You're out of loops you used to be central to. Your updates no longer drive action. People start communicating above, around, or parallel to you, but not through you. This isn't personal. It's structural. You might be asking, then why do they happen? Research points to a few consistent reasons: budget reductions, organizational restructuring, role consolidation, leadership changes, hoping for voluntary exits to avoid official layoffs. Quiet layoffs reduce conflict, reduce costs, and maintain stability, at least on the surface. What should you do if you see these signs? Well, the goal isn't panic. It's to recognize patterns. First, document the pattern, not the emotion. List what changed, when it changed, and how often it's happening. Second, escalate visibility, strategically. Not by demanding answers, but by driving a project forward, clarifying ownership, requesting alignment, or surfacing impact. Make the quiet shrinkage visible without accusing anyone. Third, re-anchor your value inside the organization. Remind stakeholders of outcomes, not tasks. Quiet layoffs target positions that appear optional. Visibility makes you harder to classify that way. Fourth, build optionality immediately. Optionality is psychological safety. Update your resume, reconnect with past colleagues, reactivate your network quietly. You're not leaving, you're preparing. Fifth, treat this as data, not doom. Quiet layoffs reflect business strategy, not your performance. Let the pattern inform your decisions, not define your worth. Quiet layoffs feel personal because they happen in silence. But they're not personal. They're structural. And once you understand the psychology behind them, you stop interpreting the signs as something is wrong with me and start seeing them for what they are: signals, patterns, information. Your job is not to wait for clarity. Your job is to create it. This is Uncommon Sense Lab. I'm Maya. And in the next deeper dive, we'll break down how to rebuild your career momentum after an organizational shift, even when the environment around you is unstable.